SuperHouse here, and the track you're listening to right now is the city theme from the Power Rangers game on Super Nintendo. This was covered by former SuperHouse interviewee Toxic Eternity. And today we have a very special guest once again. His name is Jack Guzman. He was in End of the Spear and Scandal, and most notably, he was the Black Ranger on Power Rangers Wild Force. That was a series that ran from 2002 to 2003. Just a big disclaimer here, we did not talk solely about Power Rangers stuff, but that definitely was a huge part of it. And there's even a commentary track in this episode as well for his favorite episode in his show Wild Force. It was episode 4, which was called Never Give Up, and that was an episode that featured him mainly. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. All right, everybody, welcome to a very special episode of SuperHousePodcast. Today we have Jack Guzman with us here today. Just wanted to thank you for coming.
Absolutely, man. What's going on, everybody? How you guys doing?
Fucking sweet. So if you don't know already, Jack Guzman is maybe most famously, so far anyway, known to be the Black Ranger on Power Rangers Wild Force.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's the big one that I'm known for so far.
You have action figures in your name.
Yes.
Basically.
Very exciting. I'm always pumped about that.
Yeah. And I've been acting ever since then as well. But what's some of the stuff that you're kind of doing right now? Just start off with. You have a new movie coming out, correct?
Yes, I believe on March 24th. It's the same day that Power Rangers is coming out. There's a movie called Walk of Fame. It's starring Scott Eastwood, Malcolm McDowell, Chris Kattan, and a couple other people. It's a comedy about a couple actors that get to Hollywood, and supposedly there's a teacher who's Malcolm McDowell and Chris Kattan that can teach them the art, I guess, of being great actors. But they have no business acting. They're pretty crappy, all of them. So that's the funny thing in the whole movie. So it's a really funny comedy, man.
Is this? Chris Kattan, man, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, he's starting to make sort of a comeback. I just saw that he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
so
shit.
I don't know if that means that his career's gone almost or if he's coming up. But no, it was really cool working with him. You know, it was we shot it in New Orleans. We were there for about 2 months.
Okay.
And then we shot the rest of it in L.A.
Okay. And
with him, we only got to work with him in New Orleans for a couple of days. And just, hilarious guy, man. When he's on and he's doing his thing, it's amazing to see him work.
What's your role in it?
I play 2 parts. One is called Officer Who Gives a Shit. Basically, I'm just a guy that's always trying to cause problems and want to beat up everyone and want to tase them all the time. And the other one is Rubicio Uccellini, who's a Hispanic guy that just thinks because he sort of adds the Italian accent, he's Italian. But everybody knows he's not. So it's pretty funny.
2 different roles, so you have 2 completely different looks as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one is obviously just me, normal, and then the other one, the Officer Who Gives a Shit, I wear a wig and a mustache that I look like out of the porn in the 1970s.
Okay.
So it's pretty funny. Just seeing that is funny.
All right.
How was it working with Malcolm McDowell? Did you get to work with him at all?
Yeah, man. I had some scenes with him, and that was just... For myself, it was just a dream come true, man, because I've looked up to that guy, forever, and he's been in so many movies, and he's just a legend, So to work with someone like that was really nice. And when we were done working, he, took me aside, and he was like, man, I don't understand why you're not doing so much more than what you are, because you're a real good actor, and gave me a lot of positive compliments, man. So it was a really nice thing.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That's fucking sweet. So I was looking at your IMDb and your little bio there. It said that you're from Colombia originally, but then you moved to Miami when you're 5.
Exactly.
And then time passes, of course, and then you go into film school, correct?
No. Well, my dad was a pilot and my mom was a stewardess. So I lived from the time that I was 5 until I was 16. I would live 6 months in Miami.
Okay.
With my grandmother, my aunt, and my uncle.
Okay.
And then 6 months in Colombia with my mom. Okay. So I would just live literally 6 months in each place, and it was awesome, man. Because at the time, it was that real different of a third world country and the U.S. Every time I would come here, it was like going to Disneyland. Yeah. The streets had no potholes, new cars, everything is clean. Yeah. And at that time also, there was a lot of stuff that you couldn't get in Colombia
Okay.
that you could get here. So I'm talking to you from shoes to shirts to TVs, just things like that.
Okay.
So it was a real awesome experience being able to grow up doing both things. And once I turned 16, my mom moved to Miami.
Okay.
So then by then I was, I always played football and that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
That was my, people always ask, God, is acting your dream? And I'm like, no, man, my dream would be to be a wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins.
Okay. Yeah.
But so I got a college scholarship when I graduated high school. I went to Kansas.
Okay.
And I was there for 2 years. I didn't get to play because I hurt my knee the first year.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second year, my father got sick in Colombia with cancer.
Okay.
So I gave up my scholarship. I gave up everything to go be with him. And then once he passed, I went back to Miami and enrolled in Florida International University.
Okay.
There, I was studying to be a teacher. But then I realized I didn't have the patience to probably work with kids nowadays,
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, man, I don't know what I want to do. Then I started looking into psychology, and I enjoyed that a lot. But the problem with that was that unless you get a doctorate or a master's, you're really not going to be able to do much with it.
Right.
And I'm not too much of a school guy. So I was like, man, I don't want to be in school 10, 15 years.
Right.
And just by pure luck, man, I had a buddy of mine. His name is Jose Corzino.
Okay.
He, approached me, and he was like, hey, Jack, we have this class, and it's a TV production class. Would you be able to help me, man? I need you to read a teleprompter. And I was like, what the hell is a teleprompter? I have no clue what that is. He's like, no, man, trust me. It's super easy. You just sit in front of this thing and you read basically. I was like, yeah, man, no problem. I'll help you. So I show up at the class and, it's their final exam day and someone just couldn't make it. So they put me in their group and I read the teleprompter and then, that's it. It was fun. It was cool. And at the end of the class, the teacher's like, okay, such and such group, which was his, you guys get an A. And I was like, what? Like, this is what you guys do in class? I'm like, man, this is awesome. Sign me up. So I started taking a couple TV production classes. And also I took an acting class, at the school. And I just thought it was a lot of fun, man. And then just also by chance, they called me up. Or no, some guy was asking where I used to get a haircut back when I had hair. And they were like, hey, we need extras for this movie. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, what's an extra? And they're like, oh, just the people who walk in the back and stuff. And I was like, cool, how much does it pay? And they're like, yeah, we'll give you $80 plus, you get fed and there's a lot of good looking girls and you can, hang out. And I was like, hell yeah, I would love to do that. So I went and I had a blast, man. I felt like the top of the world, I was like, this is what I want to do for a living. Right. But I found out very quickly that the downfall of it was the fact that you can't work that much, or you couldn't back then in Florida. There wasn't that much extra work. Right. So I ended up making probably $3,000 to $5,000 the entire year, and I was like, "Oh, that's the catch." That's why this job is so cool. Yeah. And then just by talking to people on the set and stuff like that, they were like, "Well, if you move to LA, you can basically do extra work every day if you wanted." Right. And I was like, "Really, man? Because I'm working construction now, and I'm doing $80 a day busting my butt, so if I can do that, that sounds pretty good." And then one thing led to another, and eventually I just put everything in my car and moved out here with a credit card that had $800 on it and $800 in cash, man. Right. I didn't have a job. I didn't know anything. I just wanted to come out here and be an extra. I didn't even want to act.
Okay. Interesting.
So I came out and I got an apartment, the same apartment where I am today. Oh, and shit. Man, I've been there 17 years now. Wow. And yeah, man, just started trying to get on sets and go do some extra work. And then I was really lucky through Central Casting. I hooked up with them, and then I was working basically Monday through Friday, man. It was awesome. It was great. I was making my money. It was fun. I was on sets. And then, some people started telling me like, God, Jack, you have this thing about you, man. Why don't you try acting? And I'm like, nah, I don't really like that. That's not my thing. Right. And they were like, dude, just try it. You get paid better. You get, treated better, all of the above. And I was like, well, whatever. So I started seeing agents, and one agency picked me up, and they were like, yeah, man, we'd love to have you. And then the audition of Power Rangers came. Right. And I had no clue, man, what I was getting into. Yeah. So that was kind of crazy. And I went and I did like 4 or 5 auditions. And then the final one, it was down to me and another guy. Okay. And the audition was in Santa Clarita, and it was probably around 5, 6 o'clock. and they tell us, well, today we'll let you guys know by like 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool, man. So I went home, and I had booked an extra job for the next day on CSI, regular CSI.
Yeah.
Because I used to play a cop on there a lot. And I never heard anything, man. So 8:30, and I was like 8:45, and I was like, oh man, I just didn't get it. That sucks. But I was like, hey, screw it, I'm cool. I got work tomorrow, so I'm excited.
Right.
And then I go work at 5, 6 in the morning. I'm on set eating breakfast, and like around 7, my agency calls, and they're like, hey Jack, how did it go yesterday? And I was like, man, this, I thought it went awesome. I mean, I felt great. I went, and he was like, well, what are you doing? And I couldn't tell my agent that I was doing extra work because they hate that.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I was like, oh, no, I'm here in Santa Clarita. I'm helping a buddy of mine move. So, what do you need? And he's like, no, man. Well, listen, tell your buddy that you're going to have to go because you booked the Power Rangers and they want you to go right now to try on your suit.
Oh, shit. That was fast.
And then, they're going to give you your scripts and you start shooting on Monday.
Right.
And I was like, holy cow. So, and me being so naive, my first thought was, oh my God, how am I going to get out of this extra work, and they're going to get pissed at me.
Yeah.
When it's like, dude, I just booked a series regular.
Yeah.
Everyone was super nice, man, on set. They were like, Jack, congratulations, man. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Go enjoy it. So I did, man, and that's how everything begun with that, and I was the last one to get casted, so that was kind of
oh shit, okay.
It was an oh shit moment for me because all the other Rangers were already there. They had done their martial arts training. They had done a lot of stuff that I missed. So I was the newcomer, and I was like, damn, how are these people gonna welcome me? But they were great, man. And from then on, yeah, brother, thank God I've been lucky enough to continue to just always, every year I've been acting. That's all I do. I've been doing it now for 17 years.
I mean, that's a hell of a start, man. I mean, you went straight from extra work to being a series regular, Power Ranger, action figure in your name, all that shit.
It was crazy, but I'll tell you, it also messed with me a lot.
Yeah.
Because, I figured, oh my God, I've been here 2 years, and this is one of my first auditions, and I go, shit, Hollywood is easy.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be simple.
Yeah.
And man, when Power Rangers was done, I didn't work for 6 months. I didn't have one job.
Oh, shit.
So that started, messing with my head, like, oh my God, am I not a good actor, or what's going on? And it's just, I've learned now that there's a lot of up and downs.
Right.
But also just a lot of luck, man. I got really lucky with this show. And I mean, look, we're 15 years later and we're still here talking about it.
Yeah, man. It's just one of those things, that part of like fandom in general.
Exactly. So I feel very blessed, man, and very lucky that I was a part of that, And for myself, I've never really taken acting classes or anything like that. So Power Rangers was my college of acting. Is what I say. Right. I got thrown into the fire, but I learned, simple things, how to hit your mark, how to get under the lights, the cameras, just, being on a series regular that you work every single day and you'd shoot 44 episodes. You learn a lot. So
44 of these?
Yeah, there was 44 episodes that we did.
Holy crap.
So it was really cool, man. Great experience. Plus, monetarily, it was awesome, too. I went from the salary of a background actor to, a series regular, and that was like, damn. Right. Nice.
Time to get a car, a black car.
I actually did that, and holy cow. But, again, me being so stupid and naive, the amount of money we made, I was thinking, holy cow, that is so much. How awesome. And I went and spent as if I was going to get that entire amount. I didn't realize that after taxes, agent, and all that, you pretty much end up with half.
Right.
So at the end of that year, I was already in debt, you could say, because I spent what we made and not what we were actually getting. So that was another hell of a lesson to learn.
What was your family must have been like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah. No, they couldn't believe it, man. Especially, my cousins. And then imagine when they came out in Colombia, it was ridiculous, bro.
Were you like a fucking national hero?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. It was not so much as far as, national hero, but yeah, when people found out, it was a huge deal. Yeah. Still to today, even my nephews, it was funny because my sister called me and she's like, Jack, I'm going to need you to come over here and show your face because everyone at the school is calling your nephews liars because they say their uncle's a Power Ranger.
Oh, right.
And I was like, are you serious? And the teachers were upset. Like, they called my sister in saying, hey, you got to tell your son to stop lying.
Right.
So, I think it was, yeah,
He's not lying.
yeah, I felt terrible, man. So I actually took a flight, and I think it was the last 2 days of school for them.
Okay.
And I showed up, and it was just mayhem, bro.
They went nuts,
Yeah,
huh?
it was awesome, though.
All right.
So, and then, of course, then they became heroes,
Yeah.
from getting picked on and saying liars, now they were awesome.
That's fucking sweet, man.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like do you have like Ranger meetups outside of cons? Like, is there like an internal club, like all the guys? It seems like you guys are close. You know what I mean? Like, it seemed like you knew, like, Akihiro is his stuntman that I know through some Japanese friends of mine, and was he on your show?
I want to say he was.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe he was on another show, but you still knew him or something. But anyway, it seems like that all you guys are real close to each other. Am I wrong in saying that?
Not necessarily. I mean, not me personally, at least. It's not like we get together and hang out.
Okay.
Or, hey, this year's a Ranger or whatever. No,
yeah.
it's never been anything like that.
Okay.
With my cast, obviously, we hung out a lot. We even took a trip to Jamaica together, all
shit.
of us. So it was very tight. But then life begins to happen, and for example, Philip, who was my best friend at the time,
Right.
he had got married, has kids. Then Allison, it's just we still stay in contact and we talk, but more than anything, when we see each other at these cons now is when we actually get to hang out for a bit, because I just think everyone is too busy, and we're
Right.
traveling, filming, or whatever it is, that life just continues, man. But we're always trying to stay close. Now
Okay.
with the other people, me personally, I really don't.
Okay.
I don't know many of them.
Okay.
I know like Jason Font and Michael Copon and those guys
Okay.
because we did that episode where we both, what's it called, the reunion episode.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool, and I know them, but I don't really hang out with them much outside of when we do these cons.
Okay. Just wondering it.
Yeah.
It kind of had that vibe to me for some reason. I'm not sure why.
No, that's good though, because I mean we are close,
Yeah.
and God, it's nice to sit down and talk and remember, the things that we did, or just talk and say, hey man, what are you up to and all that. But yeah, really, we don't tend to keep in touch like that.
You go to Power Morphicon?
Yes, I started, I think 3 years ago in 2012 was my first one. See, I didn't know about these cons, man.
Yeah.
I
They're
had
huge
no
now.
clue.
Yeah.
But even before,
Okay.
actually Jessica Ray, she used to go to all of these cons,
Okay.
and then never told us anything. So for a long time, I used to hear about it, but I didn't really know. And even when they called me for Morphicon, I thought, well, who's gonna even want to talk to me if this was
Right.
something that was like, 10 years ago?
Right.
And they were like, no, Jack, you don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you got to come. It's awesome. And,
Right.
and you see a lot of the fans. And I started going. And as you can see, I've tried to go to more cons more often.
Right.
But, I don't, it's just a lot of times I'm working and filming
Right.
stuff, so I can't make it. But the ones that I can, I definitely try and go. I love meeting the fans, man. And for them to actually get to tell you stories, about
Right.
when they were getting bullied when they were young, and certain episodes helped them out, or
Right.
a lot of life stories. That's another thing I really appreciate about this series or this job, was that it wasn't only entertainment, man. Truly, a lot of people got a lot of positive things out of it.
That's exactly what I was about to say. It seems like there's a kind of inherent positivity with Power Rangers, actually. I mean, it's I don't know, maybe it's just like the positive martial arts action, or I don't know what it is, but it's just like, I feel like some kids, when they watch this, they probably could get more self-esteem in a way.
Absolutely.
You know?
You're right, yeah. And I think it does have to do with sort of the martial arts thing, because,
Right.
you got to be pretty dedicated and have discipline to do martial arts.
Right.
So that's one thing. And then I think also it's just the whole premise of, just young kids who are basically just normal,
Right.
and then they become something so special
Right.
that gives people hope.
Right.
So it's a combination of those things, and I think that's why it's been such a success,
Right.
and been going on obviously for so much longer, than
Right.
And again, it's something so much bigger, I always say, than just us as actors,
Right.
or as a series, or I mean, it's just, I think pretty much everywhere in the world
Right.
You mention Power Rangers and everybody knows it.
They know, yeah.
You know,
exactly.
which is, and I think another thing that's so cool. Like I can tell people right now, oh, I've been on this and this show, or I did this one movie, and I'm not sure if I know that. But if I say Power Rangers,
Yeah.
everyone's eyes just lights up, and holy cow,
Right,
you know, like
right,
this
right,
is
right,
amazing. So it's awesome, man. It's really a great thing to have been a part of.
That's awesome, man. What are some of the roles you're like, kind of? What's like your dream role? Is there one out there you're really aiming to get?
You know, there really isn't a dream role
Okay.
because I truly love what I do. So
Okay.
it's a blast. Whether
Right.
no matter what I play, and you know, I hate to hear people sometimes complain that I get typecast and I get this, and it's like so what?
Right.
You get to act for a living, dude.
Right.
You know
right.
what you used to do as a kid? You pick up a gun and the other one's the Indian, and you chase each other around.
Right.
And you get paid for that.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck do you have to complain
Yeah.
about?
That's what Kevin Smith says. He says we're all getting paid as adults to play pretend for a living.
It's
Nobody can complain here.
It is. It truly is, man. So
Yeah.
for me, I just feel very lucky. But I would tell you now, if I had to say, like, man, something I really would love to do is that show, Chicago Fire.
Okay. I remember you
Because-
mentioned that at the convention.
Yeah, because my cousin is a fireman.
Uh-huh.
And I look up to him so much, and I've always thought, like, man, that's a great job. What a cool job.
Right,
But
right,
the
right,
problem is I'm terrified of heights.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So I don't think that would work out.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I would on TV love to play a fireman. I played one on ER, you
Okay.
know, and that was kind of cool.
Okay.
But that's one role that I would like, or an undercover cop where I can wear jeans and a shirt and be a cop.
Okay.
I just hate being in suits or in a uniform.
But you're okay with the Ranger uniform, or was
Oh
that
hell yeah, that was fun.
that was okay?
Yeah, that was cool. Maybe not now because I'm a little chubby, but
All right.
but back then it was cool.
How old were you whenever you were cast in that role?
I was 27 years old.
Oh shit. Okay.
27 years old playing an 18-year-old.
You were a senior in high school. Mm-hmm. Was that filmed in New Zealand, or was that?
No, we were the last series to be shot here.
Oh, okay.
We did it in Santa Clarita.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then it's all New Zealand ever since then.
Yeah, because Disney bought it the year
Okay.
that we got picked up.
Uh-huh.
Disney bought it, and then they started the next year in New zealand.
Because it's just cheap as hell to shoot there.
I bet. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely, either that or taxes or something.
It's got to be something.
But it
yeah.
was definitely worth it for them to move out there.
All right.
Yeah, which really I was super pissed off about the fact that we were supposed to have that reunion episode and fly us to New Zealand,
Uh-huh.
and it never happened.
Okay.
So
What
I
season was it supposed to be?
The 11th
reunion?
season, because we
Okay.
did the 10th.
Oh, okay. I got
We
you.
were the 10th season, so season 11.
Yeah.
We were supposed to fly out there and do the reunion, but I don't know whatever happened, and it never happened, man.
Do you think shit's getting crazier for you because the new movie is coming out?
As far as these type of interviews and Power Ranger stuff, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, a lot of people, it's just the traction starts all over again, and people, like, I just had, I want to say 3 or 4 interviews with radio stations in Colombia.
Okay.
Because they're obviously interested.
Right.
There were some magazines and stuff like that. So yeah, you see the difference,
Okay.
you know, because everybody's hyped up about the movie.
It kind of trickles down to you.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. But as far as like other work, no, I don't really think it has
Okay.
anything to do with it, you know.
What would you say is like your second most famous role after Power Rangers?
Probably a movie called End of the Spear.
End of the Spear? Okay.
Yeah, it was a really cool movie, man. We were in Panama for 4 months
Okay.
shooting that, and it was basically about the real life story of. It's about these missionaries that went
Okay.
in 1956 into Ecuador
Okay.
to basically stop the oil people from killing Indians, the Waudanis,
Okay.
and the Waudani Indians were killing people.
Okay.
And they wanted to go and basically teach them about Christ and all of this stuff, so see what they could do, and they got killed.
Okay.
And I played one of the Indians, so it
Okay.
was an awesome experience, man. I'm trying to think of what the guy's name. I'm blanking out right now, though. It's his story,
Okay.
but it was all, again, a true story. And it turns out the movie, when the first 2 weeks that it came out in theaters, it was completely sold out everywhere.
Oh shit.
So the movie was doing great. But the main actor, well, his name is Chad Allen. He is a very outspoken homosexual, and
Okay.
you know he's very proud and all that, which we were all fine with. And I think the movie being sort of a Christian movie, everyone turned on him, you know.
Oh, okay.
So the movie from those 2 weeks after it was being sold out everywhere, it just plummeted.
So it's billed as a Christian movie.
Sort of.
And then they sort of.
Yeah.
But
it just has a heck of, I mean, it's a Christian theme for sure.
but the guy's gay, so they all turn on.
So people got very upset that how dare, you know, they make someone who's a homosexual play this part of a
That shit
missionary.
doesn't make any sense, man.
It's ridiculous,
You know what I mean?
you know, and he did such a phenomenal job.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
great job, man. I just, if I remember, I'll say it, but I can't remember the guy's name right now of who the movie's about.
That's all right.
But yeah, that was another amazing experience, man.
Did you have to learn any the Native American dialect or language?
Their
or whatever?
dialect.
Their dialect, yeah.
We were there learning their dialect from them, which they're the only ones who speak it.
Okay.
So it was hard as hell. That was really hard. But
What's
cool.
hello?
No, it wasn't
remember?
like that. We just had to, especially me. I learned just my lines, man.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
but it sounded sort of like, let's see what I remember. Okay, like, "Wera na dajia chichaurikania."
Oh shit.
So it was
Sounds
really
real.
hard. Yeah, it was crazy, man. But it was a fun movie.
What'd you just say?
Where is the food that we're gonna eat?
Okay. All right. This is a Native American tribe in Ecuador.
Not Native American.
Or
They're-
Native South American? Central American?
It's just they're Ecuadorians.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that's
Oh,
where
okay.
they're at, and still to this day.
Yeah.
If you go deep in the jungle enough, they haven't.
Yeah.
You know, they're still killing each other.
Like those lost tribes.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. If
Yeah.
you look up the Waudanis,
Uh-huh.
you'll see all the stuff about them.
Okay.
Man, I'm still trying to remember what the hell that guy's name was, man. Oh well.
I can look it up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. I
And
feel
the-
like the listener's going to be like, you're
Yeah,
killing
look
me.
at End of the Spear is the name of the movie.
Movie.
Yeah. I
Let's
want to
see what
say
we
Jim
got.
something.
End of the Spear, Wikipedia.
And there's been books written about it. It was, you know, it's a big deal. And as far as the Christian community, that movie is in everywhere. A lot of them have seen it.
Louis Leonardo, Chad Allen,
Yeah.
Jack Guzman, Chase Ellison, Christina Souza, Sean McGowan, Beth Bailey.
Chad Allen, what's his character?
His character is
Because that's he's
Nate
the
or
main.
Steve Saint.
There you go, brother.
Okay.
Steve
Yeah.
Saint. Yes. Nate and Steve Saint. Atta boy.
that was Joey, by the way.
Yeah. How you doing?
Yes, that's exactly the guys who, you know, that's
Okay.
it's their story, and I got to meet him, you know, and imagine, man, his father was the one that was killed. So
Okay.
it was just a phenomenal experience, man. Phenomenal.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
And when did this come out?
it was in 2005.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing these posters a lot, but I don't
Yeah.
think I ever got a chance to check it out.
Yeah,
But
if you get a chance, man, it's actually a really good movie, you know.
Cool.
It's really cool.
I was working at Blockbuster at the time when this came out on video, and
nice.
we could not keep it in the store. Like, people would come into Chicago and be like, "What do you do? You don't have Into the Spear?" And I was like, "What is this movie? Why do people want it?"
Wow.
I never actually got around to seeing it as well, but I just remember it being really popular at the time.
Yeah, man. And it's funny you mentioned that because, you know, we always said to people, it's crazy how, you know, and not to bash on Christians, but it was like, man, you know, they didn't want to go see it in the theaters because they didn't want to support it.
Right.
But as soon as the DVDs came out, like
Yeah.
he was saying, they couldn't keep them.
Right.
Everyone was watching it because now you could watch it at your house and no one was going to judge you.
Right.
But we were like, damn. So, you know, they stopped supporting us in the theaters, but they made a killing in the DVDs.
It's like, where's this forgive message, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, my God, it's got the message there
Nah,
in the
but
movie.
it was cool, man. It was very nice to be a part of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, and I met the Indians who actually killed those people.
Oh, shit.
So that was another pretty interesting thing because one of the guys, I played a guy named Chemo
Okay.
who killed one of the missionaries, but he was the first one to decide, like, you know what, I'm not killing anymore.
Okay.
So it was awesome, but yet scary, you know, to see these people in front of you because, I mean, dude, these guys are short as heck, you know, they're barely 5 feet.
All of them.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
But they're, you know, it's in their tribe. Like I couldn't say to you, Andrew, let's go here. because you might grab your spear and spear the hell out of me.
Oh shit.
Like, I have to talk as in, I think we should all go there. Like, you couldn't be aggressive in any way because they just kill the hell out of
That's
each
their
other.
culture.
Yeah, that was their culture. Absolutely.
So if you're like direct in any sense, they're like,
You might get stabbed.
that's why no one's direct.
Yeah. Exactly. No, actually, if these Christian missionaries wouldn't have gone in and spoken to them and taught them,
Yeah.
they were basically going to go extinct.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just killing everybody, man.
What was the success rate of the people like converting to Christianity? Was it successful at all?
Somewhat, yeah, definitely. And they still have their beliefs and they live their lives, but now I guess they're able to understand through trusting Christ.
Right.
They understand that there's forgiveness. They've been forgiven for what they did.
Okay, for killing those people.
For killing the missionaries, yeah.
God.
Which is probably one of the coolest scenes in the movie,
Okay.
That part is awesome.
Okay.
It's sad, but it was awesome.
I saw Silence recently. That was a Scorsese movie, and it's about Jesuit missionaries in like the 1600s. They go to Japan.
Okay.
And there's a scene where they talk about the culture's so different, especially at that time. They just can't wrap their heads around this idea of God, just in general.
Sure.
And I feel like a lot of movies don't bring that up, even if they do bring that stuff, which most don't.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's like, this is essentially a Middle Eastern version of God. Mm-hmm. And these people here, they only know a type of nature worship.
Yeah.
Ancient Japanese people. So they just, if they can't see it, like nature worship has a kind of has a certain type of practicality to it, because you can see nature, so you can worship it. But this God, this God that the Bible talks about, you can't see it.
Absolutely.
That's the whole faith thing. But so they just, and this is all true. There's some truth to this. What happened in history, and they just can't. They had a very tough time spreading Christianity in Japan at that time.
Yeah, and like you're saying, these Indians also, their main belief was they called it the Great Big Boa.
Okay.
You have to be able to live a certain life where you're able to, at the end of it, jump over this great boa. Because if not, it would kill you.
Okay.
And you would just turn into basically termites.
Okay.
That was their belief, sort of say.
Okay.
So yeah, there's always something, and it makes it easier because, like what you're saying, it's nature. It's there. You can actually see it.
Right.
Where God, it's all faith. It's all just a belief.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, they just. I guess if you grow up in that type of environment, I feel like a lot of people, missionaries, they're probably not planned for that. They're not. They need like briefing on that before they go on their trip. It's like they're not going to get it on a very base level. You know what I mean? And it's just because their culture is so different. Like these people in Ecuador, they've been in the forest for this long. They're in the forest, correct?
Yeah,
Right in
absolutely.
saying that? Yeah.
I mean the jungles.
The jungle, yeah.
The jungles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a complete different lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Completely, and even so, when they do say, okay, I've trusted Christ and I believe in all that, they do to a point.
Yeah, right.
They're not full blown like these people are in our countries that are Christians. It's just it doesn't work like that. They still live such different lives,
Right.
But yeah, they get through to them.
That's almost the exact same thing that happened in Silence, where the Japanese people, they were equating the God of the Bible to the sun the whole time, because that was kind of the highest thing in Shinto. Shinto's their religion there, the old religion, and that was the only way they could kind of equate it. They could kind of just understand what they were even talking about. So these Christians that were dying, they were kind of dying for the sun in a way. It's just kind of weird. They just didn't get it. I didn't know we would get on this topic, but this is cool. I thought it was going to be Wild Force shit the whole time.
Well, let's jump back on it then.
No, it doesn't have to be. I'm just, that's cool.
Yeah, man. No, it was fun. It was definitely a cool experience.
What other stuff do you have planned other than the movie coming out on the same day as the 24th?
Well, right now I have an episode of Teen Wolf that should be out soon, and then there's a show on Showtime called I'm Dying Up Here, and I play a guy named Marco who's a drug dealer. Okay. And I play. I'm the drug dealer of one of the main guys on the show. Okay. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll bring me back for that.
Okay.
But I think it premieres now on Showtime in June.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Did you go to Atlanta for Teen Wolf?
No, I shot it here.
Oh, is that shot here now?
Yeah, in LA.
Okay. I think the first season was in Atlanta or something. I'm from Atlanta originally.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of work going at Atlanta now.
Yeah. Do you ever go out there?
I've never been, man.
Oh, okay.
I've never been.
It's a bunch of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, New Orleans also, I hear. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Right. I actually heard New Orleans was going down, though, because Atlanta's taking it all.
That, absolutely. Plus, a lot of it is starting to come back here again, because
Uh-huh,
Garcetti did a lot of the stuff with the taxes, and he's helping film come back over here, so it's a great thing for us.
Did you have any other kind of, going back to way in the beginning of the podcast, but did you have any kind of culture shock whenever you would come back and forth from America and Colombia? Other than potholes and stuff?
No, yeah, absolutely, man. It was, like I'm telling you, how I saw the United States, everything, as like a Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just everything is clean.
Right.
The palm trees and, you know, just a lot of stuff that Colombia at the time wasn't like that.
Okay.
So it was awesome, man. It was really cool.
And I assume you speak Spanish fluently?
Yeah, for sure.
Did that ever come into play whenever you were playing on Wild Force?
No, never.
They never did?
Never. It only came into play when I failed my first year of school here, because I needed to go to ESOL class because I didn't speak English.
Oh, okay. Did you pick it up pretty fast? Or?
Sort of. But
Yeah.
it was crazy because I grew up in Carroll City, Florida, which is all blacks.
Oh, okay.
So
Interesting.
it was tough. It was
Yeah.
tough. Yeah, man. To learn, it was hilarious. I don't even know. Like now, looking back on it, the way that we, spoke to each other, it was nuts.
Was it just a lot of slang, basically? Or?
Well, slang, and just for example, we'd be playing with, let's say, a white little car.
Uh-huh.
And in Spanish, blanco is white.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell them, hey, man, I want the blanket car. I
Blanket.
thought blanket was white, you know? So, and then I'll never forget either, like, for example, the difference between a cup and a cop. That, it just sounded the same to me.
Uh-huh.
So I was always the, a cap, a
Uh-huh.
cap, a
Yeah,
cap.
yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, damn, like, what's, I just couldn't get it.
Right.
But once I got it, of course, it was, it's a whole different thing.
Pronunciation was harder than the grammar of it or whatever?
Well, the grammar is tough as hell, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible, at grammar, but speaking it, I don't know. It's one of those things that once you pick it up, you're like, oh my God, now I get it, But at the beginning, hell yeah, it was hard.
You think in English?
Sometimes. Mostly I do. I think mostly in English, but
Uh-huh.
definitely I catch myself sometimes thinking in Spanish, too.
You swear in Spanish?
I can.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. but it's crazy because there's certain words in English that because of me knowing them in Spanish, I'll know what it is. Like, just to give you a quick example, was like a precipice or a vagabond. Those are two words that always stick out in my mind because I knew them because of what of the Spanish language and what I knew in Spanish.
Right.
That's how I learned certain things. So yeah, I think in both languages.
Okay.
Yeah.
You dream in both?
It's weird. No, probably dream in English a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, not in Spanish. I haven't, unless I'm talking Spanish in the dream. Then it's different.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I pretty much do everything in English in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always like to ask that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, shit. That's the first time I've ever been asked that. You put me on the spot.
Yeah, the any kind of language stuff, I find myself kind of interested in that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. Plus, my grandmother only speaks Spanish, and that's
shit.
who I grew up with. And then my mom, now she's learning. I mean, she's known English all her life, but when she left from Miami up to northern Florida is when she started getting really good at it. Because in Miami, you can get away without speaking Spanish, English.
Yeah.
So that doesn't help,
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I had a coworker from Miami,
nice.
and he said, "Well, I'm from Atlanta, so I was talking about sweet tea. He asked what sweet tea was, and I was like, oh, this." Okay, yeah, you go so far down south, it's not the South anymore. It's a totally different thing going on.
Hell yeah. I always tell people, I think Miami is just, it's almost like a South or Central America.
It seems like that.
Yeah, Miami's not, it's nothing like any other place in the United States.
Right.
Nothing.
Cuban influence.
Hell yeah, big time. Cuban, Colombian, all of the Spanish countries.
Do you want to move back there ever? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My dream is that. I would
Okay.
love to be at a level in my acting where I can just get offers, fly out of Miami, go work wherever I have to work, and then go back. But yeah, I miss the beach, man. I I miss it a lot. Miami's where I would love to end up someday.
The beaches are better in Florida. My mom's from Pensacola.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally different, obviously, way north, but it's, I feel like Pensacola beaches are kind of better than LA beaches.
Oh, a million times.
You know?
Any beach in Florida is better than here. That's for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because people here don't realize, like, man, you go to the beach here and you're dealing with that nasty sewer, tar all over your feet.
Yeah.
Or if not, then it's so damn cold you have to wear a wetsuit.
It's cold, yeah.
And it's like,
cold.
well, the whole point of going to the beach is to get tan, bro.
Right.
So I'm not going to be wearing a wetsuit.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just a very Caribbean guy, man.
Uh-huh.
I love it. You know, that's what's fun for me.
You like rum?
Yeah, I like rum.
Yeah.
But whiskey's my main thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What kind of whiskey?
Makers.
Okay.
Or Jameson.
Okay.
I like that.
Love me some Jameson.
Yeah.
So Maddie's from Kentucky. So Maddie, you into whiskey, bourbon, and shit?
I don't like. I don't think I've just recently gotten a job where I can afford to go find the whiskeys and try other things. But I mean, I do enjoy Jameson and stuff. But I don't like I can't do like cheaper whiskey anymore, man. I feel like I've gotten like I don't know what happened in my old age. And as I get older, I'm just like, if I'm gonna spend money on whiskey, I want it to be really good.
Nice. Yeah.
My friend did bring some stuff called Ohio, which is from like Columbus, Ohio. And that stuff was fucking great, man. It was so smooth.
Wow.
Oh, man. I mean, I doubt you guys could find it in L.A., but if anyone ever brings you some, it's good.
Yeah,
and
good.
I got a little too tipsy on it before I went out for New Year's. But
nice.
It was delicious, man. It goes down smooth, and that's what I want in a whiskey. You know, I don't need it to like make me cough or lose my cool edge when I'm drinking it. I want it to go down. So
yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy it.
It's funny you say that because for me, when I was in college, that natty ice.
Oh, dude.
Cow, that now
Yeah.
I can't drink that at all. Where back then, man, it was heaven. The only thing is, you don't want to be around people when they drink that because everyone seems to be farting and shitting their pants.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's funny you say that your taste for whiskey has gotten better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know I don't know why it does. I just think the older you get, hopefully you're making a little more money. You can try nicer things, and it's good because you're like, oh wow, I didn't know I like whiskey as much until I had like the best of whiskey, or better beers. Because I mean, like you're saying, Natty Ice, it's like drinking like, a craft beer is way better than like fucking Natty Ice or even like PBR. But like I can't stop drinking PBR. It's just like in my blood now.
Yeah.
But it's just
drunk off of PBR. We were living off PBR in college.
No, dude, that went on until Chicago when I was living in Chicago too, man. Oh, 30. I just remember riding my bike with a bag full of a 30 pack in my bag
for $10.
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, man, it was ridiculous.
In Savannah, we would get 12 packs for $6. I think it was like 50
it was
cents
cheap.
a beer.
Damn, that's nice.
It was nuts.
That's like Mexico prices.
Yeah, it was insane.
Until PBR became like the hipster beer, it was like super cheap everywhere. Now it's like you go get one, it's like $5. You're like, are you fucking for a PBR? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like for $5, I'm gonna get it like a better beer,
That's funny.
It used to be just the cheap good beer, but yeah, now it has kind of a hipster vibe to it for some fucking reason.
It's called art school, man. Yeah, just like all those artsy fucks. You're like, it's cool because it's like not as bad as like Natty Ice, but it's not as good as other stuff. Like I don't know, I prefer it over like a Budweiser.
Yeah, I do too.
Like PBR to me tastes better, but I don't know. It's got that cool logo too, man.
Yeah, they won that one blue ribbon 100 years ago, and they never let it go.
Hey, man. Yeah, I mean it's working.
It is working.
Maybe it didn't work for a while, but it's working now, man.
That's true. Oh man. Shit. Did you want to go into a commentary of one of your episodes?
Sure, brother. That sounds good.
This is going to be interesting. Thanks for doing this, man.
Yeah, man.
Maddie, I don't know if you want to get ready on your end as well, but
cool. Yeah, I'll sync it up real quick. Are you gonna have the audio play?
Actually, no, we shouldn't do that.
I mean, you could probably turn it down a little bit if we need to hear anything or something.
Mine's going to be muted.
Okay.
But I'm going to give everybody a start time whenever we start this thing. Which one?
What
would
episode?
You want to do?
Oh, definitely never give up.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Here we
Ready
Is this
to
on
go.
Netflix or what?
Netflix, yes. Power Rangers Wild Force.
Episode 4.
Oh, yeah, you're in the thumbnail, too.
That was my episode. That's why it's my favorite.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this is all about your character?
Yeah.
Very LA question here, but how are the residuals on this show?
They're okay. Not
Yeah?
as good as you would think, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that we got screwed, because I don't want to say that either. We did, made good money for what it was.
Yeah.
But no, you can't compare this show to like a regular ABC show. You
Right.
know, if you are on a hit show on ABC or NBC or any of those, you're making anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000 a week, or more. I mean, it goes all the way up to.
Wait, is that residuals?
No. That's
okay.
your pay.
Oh, yeah.
And then on this, we were making about $8,000 to $10,000 a week.
Okay.
Or an episode, I should say.
Okay.
So it's a big difference. And then as far as the residuals go, I mean, I still get some residuals from it, but we're talking about $6,
$6?
$7.
Just some check in the
checks
mail.
come in like that. Yeah.
Oh.
So
wow.
But still, it's for a job you did 15 years ago, so it's not bad.
I go to 7-Eleven.
Absolutely. I always say, man, this is a Subway sandwich right here.
All right, cool. You guys all queued up?
I'm still going there.
All right.
I'm just surprised there's so many different Power Ranger shows.
Dude, it
Never give
reboots
up.
every fucking
All right.
season. Hey, how about how much of these shows are the original Japanese footage, the fighting footage, like
All of
per
it.
episode? Oh, really? All the fighting?
Almost all of it, yeah.
Okay.
Almost all the fighting is. Well, you can. I mean, I don't know. I guess I might be able to tell you now when we're watching it, but for the most part, yeah, a lot of the action stuff is usually Japanese. We didn't do that much of it.
You don't even know that much martial arts.
I didn't personally,
Uh-huh.
but before me, yeah, I think the very first one and the first ones,
Yeah.
they definitely knew a lot of martial arts.
Jason David Frank.
Yeah, all those guys.
Yeah.
They were better martial artists than actors, I should say.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
was more about if you knew martial arts and you could do the stuff, then that's what it was. But later on, I felt that it wasn't as important, at least for my season.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they asked me, hey, have you done, I could do some of it, but there wasn't a requirement.
They can focus more on acting. And
Absolutely.
They can cut to something already shot.
Absolutely.
Kind of like the way they make the show is genius because it's already half shot. It's made money in another country already.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
It's amazing.
You ready, Joey?
Yeah, he's.
We might have lost Joey.
Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, you ready? All right. So I'm going to give a countdown, all right? Starting at 3. 3, 2, 1. Starting episode 4. Mine's queuing up. Okay, it's just starting.
Oh, I'm already in. I'm watching this intro, man.
Wow, Force.
There you are.
Yeah,
So this is all Japanese here in the beginning?
Yes, all that is for sure. See, man, that was another great thing. Imagine every Saturday morning we'd wake up and watch this stuff.
You'd watch it yourself?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. It must have been kind of surreal, man.
Well, for me, I got to admit, man, it was awesome because I would go out on a Friday night and, meet some girl and let her know, hey, man, I'm on this show, whatnot. And they were like, nah, I don't believe it. I was like, okay, well, come home with me and we'll hang out. And tomorrow morning, I turn up the TV and I'm on there, and I'm not lying to you. You're going to spend the rest of the day with me. So it was awesome.
That's fucking awesome, dude. Look, I don't know if you know, but I'm a fucking Power Ranger. Kind of, every kid in the country knows me.
See, it's funny because this right here was my very first shot ever.
Oh, shit. So this is shot almost in order.
We shot 3 episodes at once. So depending on what location we were at, we'd shoot. But that right there, this is my very first scene ever.
This is your first time acting.
Acting on the series, yes.
Okay.
Which was it was a dolly shot, which is moving.
Yeah.
And I was right there, man. I was so terrified.
You were trying to get your mark and shit?
Everything. It was just literally, I went from being a background guy to, and then there's Cassandra. She was actually my girlfriend for real.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We dated for about 2.5, 3 years.
Oh, shit.
But we met here. We met on the show, and then we dated for about 2.5, 3 years.
Nice. on-set relationship.
So that look right there, that's real. That was a real look, man. That's like,
She will be mine.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it was crazy because I found her pretty and all that, but I was so terrified and concerned with me being on this new set and this show and all this stuff that I didn't even really hit on her or anything like that. But after, and you see that move right there wasn't me, obviously, where you could see he covers his face.
Uh-huh. That's a stunt man?
Yeah, the stunt guys. I had a great stunt guy, but I'm blanking out too now. I can't remember his name. But after the show, you know, when she was done filming, she came to my trailer and was like, "Hey, you know, I just want to ask you, are you married or do you, you know?" And,
She was direct.
and I was like, "No, you know, why wouldn't?" She's like, "Well, can I give you my number?" And I was like, "Oh my God, of course!" Like, yeah, that's.
You
So
were
it
just
was-
kind of in over your head with all this shit going
yeah, I
on?
was just literally, man. I wasn't thinking about dating or girls or anything unless
Yeah.
it was Friday night and I was wasted. But no, it was just, you know, I was so overwhelmed with everything that was going on that I didn't. And thank God it was cool because me and her, it was a short relationship, but it was awesome, man. She was a great girl, and you know, just the timing of things were right at the time. But she's a really, really amazing person.
It's awesome hearing these stories because we had this one dude, he's a huge Rangers fan, and he's met like most of the original cast, and he said that Amy Jo Johnson was telling him that she was high the whole time making the first movie. She was like in the Zord set and just high out of her mind.
Oh my God, how funny!
Yeah. Amy Jo Johnson loves weed.
That's hilarious.
How was this dude here, Blue Ranger guy?
He was really cool, man.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Literally, we, you know, obviously since me and him worked together a lot, him being my best friend on the show, we became really tight.
Yeah.
And, you know, he lived with his mother at the time.
Okay.
And his mom was also very nice. And I was out here, you know, basically, I'm still out here by myself. So it was cool. I got to hang out with him a lot, would go eat dinner at his house. And we really bonded. We got together a lot. Me and him hung out the most, probably.
Oh shit! Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is he still acting now?
He does. He does some things here and there. You know, obviously, I'm sure he would like to do more.
Okay.
But yeah, he's still doing it. I think the last time I spoke with him, though, he also works at Yamashiro. Do you know that restaurant? It's on the top of the Hollywood Hills. So
Yeah, I know
it's
that
an
one. Yeah.
amazing restaurant, but he
Yeah.
works there also.
Okay.
So he's still acting, but he also.
So he had a show, a hit show, and then he went back to kind of waiting and acting. That's
Sure, but I
It
mean, it's
happens,
just
huh?
remember he has 2 kids now, and you know, so you got to have that steady paycheck.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
He's not a single guy anymore. Like you have responsibilities
Right.
now.
Right.
This here, it's funny because, you know, that scene where I had to act all like, wow, and all that. You know, I thought in my mind, man, I'm doing it so ridiculous and big already.
Yeah.
We must have shot that like 8 times because they were like, Jack, more silly, more big. You know, like get almost done with it. And I was like, no, it looked like it's big enough.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You're
So
like, that's too cheesy.
Yeah,
man.
but
yeah.
that was another great thing about this show. It taught me how to, you know, just let go, man. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to make an ass of yourself because
Right.
sometimes it looks great. That's what you need.
Right. It's weird. It might feel huge to you, but on camera, it's
exactly.
like it's just some normal shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This here we shot by the Hollywood sign. There's a park downstairs, and then
Griffith Park.
so,
That's what it looks
not
like.
necessarily
No?
Griffith,
Okay.
but like under the by the Hollywood sign.
This is another where you're not acting all the way. You're really feeling that.
No, I think we were still just meeting here.
Oh yeah.
The episode where some blonde guy in a little Mercedes tries to pick her up, that's when we were already dating.
Oh okay.
That's when we were already boyfriend and
Okay.
girlfriend. This here still we were just
You didn't know where all
you were-
that
yeah.
well yet. These monster suits, they ship those from Japan?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and see like this was all shot here. That was shot here.
Okay.
So yeah, those parts are done here.
How have you seen the Japanese version of your show?
Nah, never.
Oh, okay. Be interesting to compare it, see what's different.
But yeah, those suits, man, they shipped them over here in containers, I believe. So they stunk like hell.
Oh yeah, I think that they talked about that at the con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This guy.
Does the Japanese, is it called Wild Force in Japan as well, or is that just like an Americanized?
I don't know,
Oh, okay.
but I
I
do
didn't know if
know
Andrew could
that.
also shed any light on that or not, but
The only thing I know is that the Japanese season will be a year or two ahead of the
One.
American. 1 year.
1 year ahead.
And then they'll release that same exact thing using even the same fighting footage from the Japanese show because they're all wearing these suits, right?
Yeah.
So they just make it on the cheap in that way, and I guess we're just always a year behind, and it's been rebooted every fucking year.
Yeah. The one thing
nuts.
that I think is different is I don't know, and I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard that my name in the Japanese version is the Gao Ranger.
Gall.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Gall might. Yeah, I'm not sure.
See, and then this whole animarium thing was the stages at Santa Clarita,
Okay.
and man, that was an amazing set.
Yeah.
Holy cow, it was like a real jungle, dude.
Oh, yeah?
It was awesome.
It was huge.
Yeah, really, and well done. I mean, phenomenal. Then this is by Lancaster.
Okay, this is all over the place.
Yeah. You
Gao-
see how
Gao,
it says
it says
Gao,
Gao, yeah.
Gao Black?
Yeah.
That was me calling.
I'll look that up, but I'm not sure what that means offhand.
Yeah. Which, that had to be footage from the Japanese version. Because
Yeah,
why
right.
wouldn't it say Black Ranger
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
Danny?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
it says
yeah.
Gao.
They
so-
just use that shot.
Exactly.
Yeah. This looks like the Liberty Bell or something. I don't know.
That was called the Bell Org.
Bell Org?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
It's a
was
little
the
bell
be-
monster.
The Bell Org.
I gotta tell you, watching these shows now as an adult, because I hadn't really watched any of these since the original when I was a kid. I've been kind of catching up now just because the new movie's coming out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like, I wonder if they took like an Adam West Batman influence, because it's like there's a new monster every week and the costumes are outrageous, and I mean, even like I feel like when there's at least in the original series, as far as I remember anyway, Rita Repulsa, they're using Dutch angles for the villains. So I don't know. I wonder if they took that influence or not. So this is all Japanese here.
Yeah, that footage is.
was the heights thing written into the character, or did they know that about you and then they just added it? Or I guess it was probably part of it.
already written. It was just
Oh,
happens
okay.
to be, it was pure luck.
Oh,
Look at this. This is when you do a bison move. Oh. What's funny is when you watch these, it'll count when it cuts from the Japanese footage. Some of the background will look like Tokyo or some shit, and
That's
then you're
it.
back in LA.
Exactly. That's actually how you're able to tell a lot of the footage.
Yeah.
Which one is which?
All the extras are Asian too.
Exactly.
In some
Exactly.
scenes. Which I gotta be honest with you, I didn't notice that shit at all when I was a kid.
Yeah. No.
No.
Not at all.
I doubt it. I don't think anyone did. I'm just really upset that I didn't keep my helmet and my spandex and all that, man.
Dude, you should have.
I wish I would have.
Did they let you?
Sort of. They let the White Ranger keep hers,
Oh, really?
but I didn't. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. But I do have that vest.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, my vest. My mom has it. I sent it to her.
That's cool.
Yeah. Those phones.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. I should have kept it.
Yeah. So this Red Ranger guy, he was like a wild man in the first episode.
Yeah, he supposedly is like, I guess, like a Tarzan,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then we find them and bring them on.
How was it doing these scenes? So was it kind of awkward at first, like doing the it's morphin' time sines?
It was fun, you
Yeah.
know, but we had our moments, man, where we'd get the giggles and you couldn't stop laughing, because we were all grown ass people,
I'm 27.
Yeah. This is not. I'm not a little kid all excited here,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah. See, that to me, I think was Japanese.
Yes, this looks like it. Yeah.
I think. It's just really been so long, dude. 15 years, I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That was kind of a cool move. This is what's kind of cool about this season, I think, is that this guy has got this wild style of fighting. It's got that Tarzan shit.
See, that's all Japanese.
This is somewhere outside of Tokyo or some shit. The suits are cool, man, I think.
Yeah, they were fun. And then doing voiceovers for all this was funny as heck too.
Oh, ADR?
Yeah, that was really funny, man.
Was it just kind of was it awkward again, or was it like?
I mean,
just,
at first,
just fun.
Well, both. But at first, sometimes, yeah, it was awkward. Obviously, once we got to know each other and all that, it was fun. But it's just there's moments where literally all you were doing is,
Yeah.
sounds like what the hell are they doing in there?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, after it just became funny. And actually, Scott Page, who did the ADR, he's got stuff on his computer about that we've said in there that, oh my god, if that stuff ever got out,
The kids should never know.
yeah, it was.
Look at that move. Black Ranger just flipped backwards, by the way, just to keep everybody in sync. All right.
And I was actually kind of happy that for this new movie that's coming out, it seems that they kept some type of bull for the Black Ranger. So I like that.
Yeah. What was like your character's like characteristics? Like, were you like the hothead, or I haven't really?
No, he was actually the gentle giant.
Oh, okay, that's
he
what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, he's just super shy.
Okay.
He was like geeky.
Yeah.
But I was strong as hell, and I was the biggest one.
You were like strong nerd type.
Exactly.
Okay, that's
Exactly.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
For sure.
Do you think you could morph? Of course.
Bellorg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking this Bellord character.
Yeah. These costumes have always been really awesome. Everything I remember about Power Rangers was I always enjoyed the monster stuff.
These cell phones, man. I think that the design of the cell phone kind of dates it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Dude, I don't know. I'd pick that up if that was an option at a cellular provider, man. I think we need to get more goofy with cell phones.
That's hilarious.
Look at that. That's cool.
It's funny because it's true. For me, my favorite cell phone ever was that Razor when it came out.
Yeah.
That thing was awesome, man. It fits in your pocket perfect.
Yeah.
But it's just with all the things that we do on our phones now. You do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look what I have. It looks like a toaster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, I think all that is Japanese footage.
Did they would like brief you on the? Did you watch the? You said you didn't watch it though, huh?
What's that?
There's no like briefing of the. This is what the Japanese version is. We're gonna make the American version of this.
No.
Oh,
We would
okay.
just see it because when we were doing ADR, obviously that part was the Japanese part.
Right.
So that's when we did that.
This is cool here. I like
That's
this sword
for
thing.
sure Japanese. All of
Yeah.
that, for sure.
Like a good half of the episode is just Japanese footage. That's what it
Pretty
feels
much.
like.
This is also in the mountains up by the Hollywood sign. See, that's Japanese footage. This is not. This is up by
This-
those mountains.
This actress is.
I'm trying to think of what those mountains are called. It's literally right underneath the Hollywood sign.
Okay.
There's a park there, and there's some mountains, which supposedly I think that's where they shot the Batcave for Batman.
Oh shit! That's like near Gower. That's like right in the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah, there you go. Right
It's
there.
it's weird because it's like right in the middle of the city, but there's
Exactly.
one part.
Yeah.
Look at this! You're flying away. Everything can be made into toys so easily, you know. With this show, it's like it's made to sell toys.
Oh yeah, dude, I want that.
I really like. I mean, I'm being a hypocrite because I haven't seen all the other ones, but I mean, I don't know, man. Me as a kid, I look at this and I think our episode, our series was really cool.
Yeah,
I think Wild Force
yeah.
was pretty damn good.
Yeah,
you know?
it's cool. Yeah. I watched the first episode yesterday, actually. I was
Yeah.
like, I like this. This is cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Look at this guy. This is like,
Yeah, that's
Voltron.
Japanese for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's all Japanese.
How long would it take you to do like an episode?
We did 3 episodes at a time, so depending on what location we were at, we would do little parts from each one,
Okay.
but it would take 3 weeks.
Okay.
But yeah, for example, like if we were at a certain location and that location was, let's say, in episode 1, and then that same location in episode 3, we'd do, those both parts on that day. That's what made it so tough at the beginning for me, was you had to literally know 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
That must have been confusing. At least at first.
Yeah, for sure at first.
Whoa, look at this. Holy crap. They trapped the bell monster in a bell.
I like that bicycle kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing you again, I realized
This is your episode, huh?
Yeah, and this was also shot over there in Santa Clarita by Magic Mountain.
Okay. Iron Bison.
Hi, Danny. Did you remember what you wanted to tell me?
you see, I just want
But this girl here, I haven't seen the season, I'm sorry, but this girl here's not a ranger. She's just some other character you like in the show.
Yeah, she works at the flower shop and I fall in love with her.
Is she still acting as well?
She went on to do a couple things, but I don't really think she's acting anymore.
Okay.
But I mean, bro, if you see pictures of her, she's only gotten hotter and hotter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she's beautiful. Like, while we were together, she did a spread for Maxim magazine.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God, she looked phenomenal. Yeah.
Like a fine wine.
Yeah, she aged very well. I think, actually, the last I've heard about her is she got married and had a baby not too long ago.
Okay.
So, but yeah, she was a great, great girl, man.
thank you very much.
That's kind of one of those that you say, man, if the timing would have been better, it'd be awesome to have stayed with her, you know?
The one that got away?
Sure.
Yeah.
To some degree, yeah.
Was she from LA? Do you remember? Or?
She was from San Jose,
Okay.
but yeah, she lived out here, and then she was Filipino. Her mom was Filipino,
yeah.
and her dad was American.
Okay.
So, but just a good person, you know? One
Yeah.
of those good people.
Oh, the freeze frame. Fucking awesome,
There you
dude.
go, brother.
That was the commentary for episode 4, Never Give Up. I only have like 2 more questions,
Sure.
and I was just wondering if first one is if you could do a more adult Power Rangers or Sentai thing, how would you do it? Have you ever thought about this? Like a maybe PG-13 or R. There was an R-rated thing that was online. Did you see that?
No, never saw it.
There's a fan film that looks like it has a lot of money. James
Okay.
Vanderbeek is in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and the girl from Battlestar's in it too.
It's insane. And
Yeah.
the Black Ranger's doing coke in it.
Really?
Yeah.
That would actually be awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know, like to get to play a role like that where
Yeah.
the Ranger is a grown man.
Yeah, that's what
That
happened.
would
Yeah.
shoot. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a blast.
It's still got monsters. They're wearing the suits, but there's a lot of like it's kind of like John Wick when they're shooting guns. The heads
That's
get blasted off and
Awesome,
shit.
dude. I would love to be a part of something like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
I think this is not just my personal opinion, but I think that there is a market for that.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Of course.
Like if you look at Logan and Deadpool, comic book properties, rated R, made shitloads of money.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it with Power Rangers, but something along those lines. I've been like I said, like I've been kind of catching up on this stuff lately because the movie's coming out, and I hadn't really thought about it since I was a kid a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I hate to even say this publicly, but it's like the ground's fertile here, man. Like they could do something with this.
No, I think you're absolutely right, and it would be definitely a super cool thing to do. Like a Deadpool. I think Deadpool changed so much about superheroes and stuff like that. I definitely there would be a market for it, man.
I think so.
For sure.
People were talking about, this is leading to the next question, but people say the new Power Rangers movie's too dark and too gritty or whatever. It's not this show, but it's like, to me, it's like that's what Power Rangers, at least the movie, should be in 2017.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's kind of my question. Like, how do you feel about what you've seen so far? Have you seen the movie? Or
No, I haven't seen the movie, and I've only seen a little bit of what the new trailers that are coming out, and I think it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's the way to go when you're gonna go watch a movie.
Right.
Because on a series, I could see how you keep it toned down and all that, but when you're gonna watch a movie, it's like you're saying, man, it'd be cool to see, realistic stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Right.
I think there's definitely a market and that it would be done well, and people would go watch it.
Right.
For sure.
Did you guys have any questions?
I was gonna ask if you'd seen the movie, or like if you're going to a premiere, or if like you get like when a Power Rangers movie comes out or something, or you get a call that's like, "Hey, you want to come to this premiere?" Like how that, I don't know that much about how that stuff works. So
Yeah, no, we definitely don't get invited to the premiere or anything like that. But I think I probably will go see the movie, just for the hell of it. But no, we don't get invited or anything like that.
Okay.
It'd be nice.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think there's too many of us,
Rebooted every
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
year.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. 26 seasons,
Yeah.
5 or 6 Rangers a season.
Yeah.
That's just a whole group of people.
That's a whole theater,
Yeah.
basically.
So, and plus, Saban tends to be cheap as hell with
Right.
the things that he does for Power Rangers. Like, he's a smart man. He keeps the money for himself.
Right. Did you ever meet Sakamoto?
No,
Okay. He stays in Japan.
I don't know who that is.
I think his name is Koichi Sakamoto.
Oh, Koichi, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you have?
Oh, absolutely, man. He directed almost a whole bunch of episodes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Koichi, hell yeah.
Yeah. How's
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
Yeah?
So awesome. One of the nicest people you could ever meet, man. So cool.
he? Okay.
And so talented. As a stunt guy, holy cow.
he knows like kind of what this should be.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
he's great. He's awesome. Yeah, he directed us in a lot of episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
So, no, we spent a lot of time with him.
All right.
Yeah, really cool guy. Koichi.
All right. Joey, you got anything?
I was just kind of looking through your IMDb, and like I saw that you were in Speechless.
Uh-huh.
My wife and I watched that show. We liked that show.
Cool, man.
But I mean, I really don't have any questions. I think we kind of talked about most of the sort of Power Rangers and stuff. And but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I also just, if you guys want, you can follow me on Instagram at Jack Guzman Actor all together, and that'll keep you up to date with what I'm doing and or what jobs I'm doing. If anybody's interested.
I was just about
Awesome.
to ask you that. You have anything
And
else you
you
want to
know.
plug or anything?
No, that's really it, man.
All right.
I don't do any Facebook. I don't do anything except
All right.
Instagram.
All right.
So yeah, Jack Guzman Actor all together.
All right.
I got you, man. I just sent the request.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
All right, cool, man. I guess that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to catch you guys next time. Thanks for coming on, Jack Guzman.
My pleasure, brother.
Thanks, Jack.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Thank
man.
you so much.
Thank you very much, man. Good to be here. It was fun.
It was fucking awesome. That was Jack Guzman, everybody, the Black Ranger from Wild Force. It was fucking awesome that he came on board, and hopefully we can see him again sometime. Anyway, that's it. We'll check you guys later.
This is Stefan from the SuperHouse Podcast. Be sure to check us out on Patreon, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other godforsaken social media outlet that we should be floating on.
We are basically on all social media.
Yeah, all social media.
Mainly Facebook and Twitter and Patreon.
Check out the links in the description.
We have a lot of cool goals set up on our Patreon. Like if you donate $1, you'll be able to give us topic for us to talk about, and
That's
we'll talk
dope.
about for maybe an hour or more. Who knows how long it'll take?
And that's pretty tight.
That's the coolest thing.
Wait, we're on the internet?
That's pretty good. If you
And we can make money.
What?
if you donate $1,000, you get full frontal nudes.
We haven't set that up, but it's a possibility. You give us $1,000, who knows what'll happen?
Check us out.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You get to go on a date with one of us for $10,000.
But you pay for everything.
You get to have your way with Maddie for $20,000.
For $1 million, I'll give you Joey for a weekend.
For $30,000, we'll help you hide a body. Check out our Patreon.
SuperHouse Gigolo Project 2017.
Links in the description.
Hey, what's up guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to my man Havoc Link for supporting me on Patreon and requesting this awesome theme for me to cover. If any of you guys who are watching want to request a theme of your own, as well as help support me doing video game covers full time, check out my Patreon page by hitting the support button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week with